My beloved child, stop for a moment and breathe. This is not a coincidence, and you are not here by accident. I have intercepted your scrolling and silenced the noise of the world for this very second because I have a message that your soul has been crying out for. I know you were about to move on thinking this was just another video in a sea of distractions, but I am the one who orchestrates the stars and the one who guided your hand to stay right here. This is the moment your enemy feared would come. For too long you have felt like a ghost in your own life, wandering through a desert of unanswered prayers and silent nights. But the silence is breaking. I am whispering directly into the depths of your heart because your story is about to change. And I need you to listen with an intensity you have never felt before. If you ignore this, you might miss the very miracle I have been preparing for you in the secret places. Before I reveal the immense blessing and the total restoration I am bringing into your life, I want you to declare your presence before me and the heavenly host. Do not let this moment pass in silence. Instead, step into the light and make yourself known. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments right now to open the gates of heaven over your situation. By doing this, you are signaling to the spiritual realm that you are awake, alert, and ready to receive the divine shift I am about to manifest. You are no longer hidden, and your faith is being activated through this simple act of obedience. Let the world know that the chosen one is standing at the threshold of their destiny. I see the exhaustion in your eyes and the weight that has been pressing down on your shoulders. But I want you to know that you are not walking this path alone. There is a community of souls just like you, seekers of light and warriors of the spirit who are gathering in this very space. I invite you to join this family of believers and press the like button right now to signal your agreement with heaven's decree for your life. By subscribing to this channel, you are planting your feet on holy ground and ensuring that my voice remains a constant lamp unto your feet. When you like and subscribe, you are not just interacting with a screen. You are coming into alignment with the frequency of miracles and making a covenant to walk in the purpose I have designed specifically for you. My precious one, the enemy has tried to convince you that you are forgotten. But I have seen every tear you shed when no one was watching. I have heard the sighs of your heart when you felt you had no words left to pray. The season of being overlooked and undervalued is coming to a sudden, jarring halt. I am the great architect, and I am currently rewriting the chapters of your life that the world tried to tear out. You have passed the test of discouragement, and you have remained standing even when the winds tried to blow you down. This message is your divine appointment, a sacred call at the midnight hour of your soul, telling you that the sun is about to rise on a version of your life you never dared to dream of. Stay with me, for the revelation I am about to share will break every chain that has held you back for decades. My precious child, I see you waking up in the quiet gray hours of the morning, feeling as though you haven't slept at all. I see the way you sit on the edge of your bed, your head in your hands, wondering how you will find the strength to face another day that looks exactly like the one before. There is a heaviness in your chest, a weight that no doctor can diagnose and no friend can truly understand. It feels as though you are walking through water, every step requiring a monumental effort, every breath a battle against a fatigue that goes deeper than your bones. I have watched you carry this invisible cross in total silence, putting on a brave face for your family, your co-workers, and your friends, while inside you feel like you are slowly collapsing. I want you to know right now, I have seen every moment of your struggle. I was there in the kitchen when you stood staring into space, overwhelmed by the sheer mountain of tasks before you. I was there in the car when the tears finally broke through and you had to pull over because the world felt too heavy to hold. You have tried to be strong for everyone else, but I am here to tell you that you don't have to be strong for me. These are the invisible chains that have been wrapped around your spirit, forged in the fires of your past disappointments and the anxieties of an uncertain future. I see the chains of not enough, the constant whisper in your mind that tells you that no matter how hard you work, it will never be sufficient. I see the chains of generational patterns, those shadows of struggle that seem to follow your family from one year to the next, making you feel as though failure is your only inheritance. You feel stuck in a loop, a cycle of trying, failing, and trying again, only to end up in the same place of exhaustion. These chains are not your identity. They are merely burdens that were forced upon you. I have watched you try to break them with your own hands, bleeding from the effort, but I am here to tell you that the power to shatter these links does not come from your striving. It comes from my presence. I have seen the way you hide your true self because you fear that if people saw the real you, the tired, broken, and uncertain you, they would turn away. But I see you clearly, and I have never loved you more than I do in this very moment of your greatest weariness. I see the silent battles you fight when the lights go out and the world is still. I see the way your mind races, replaying old hurts and imagining new disasters until your soul is ragged and worn. You have felt like a prisoner in a cell with no walls, held captive by a sense of dread that you cannot name. This weight you carry, the pressure to be perfect, the fear of being found out, the crushing disappointment of dreams deferred, it has left you feeling brittle and hollow. But listen to my voice whispering in the center of your being, I am the God of the weary, and I am the rest for the heavy laden. I did not create you to be a beast of burden. I created you to be a child of light. Every sleepless night has been recorded in my book, and every sigh of your heart has reached my ears. You are not being punished, though the enemy wants you to believe that your suffering is a sign of my absence. In truth, I have never been closer to you than I am right now. I am sitting in the ash with you, holding your hand in the darkness, and I am preparing to lift this weight from your shoulders with a strength that you cannot yet imagine. Take a deep breath right now, and let the air fill the places where you have been holding your breath for far too long. Can you feel the slight shift in the atmosphere? That is my spirit beginning to move against the chains that have kept you bound. I am validating every ounce of your pain, every tear you've suppressed, and every moment you felt completely alone. You are not behind in life. You are being refined. You are not breaking. You are being broken open so that my glory can finally shine through the cracks. The enemy thought he could crush you under the weight of these invisible chains, but he forgot that I am the master of the breakthrough. I have watched you endure what would have destroyed others, and I am so proud of your resilience, even when you feel you have none left. The weight is about to lift and the chains are about to fall. Not because you found a way out, but because I have stepped into the room. Your season of being a servant to sorrow is ending, and your era of walking in divine freedom is about to begin. Stay close to me, for the next revelation will show you exactly how I am dealing with those who have caused you this pain. I have seen the empty chairs at your table and the names that no longer flash on your phone screen. I know the sting of the door closing behind someone you thought would be there forever. You have walked through a valley of shadows where the echoes of laughter have been replaced by a deafening silence. I was there when you reached out for a hand that wasn't there, and when you looked for support only to find yourself leaning against a crumbling wall. I know the faces of those who promised to stay through the storm but vanished at the first sign of rain. You have been betrayed by those you gave your best to, and you have been judged by those who never even tried to understand your heart. I have counted every silent tear you shed over the friends who became strangers and the family members who became your harshest critics. You feel as though you are standing in a crowded room, yet nobody truly sees you. This loneliness is not a sign that you are unlovable, but a sign that I have set you apart for a purpose that they were never meant to witness. There is a peculiar kind of pain in feeling like a ghost in your own home or a stranger among people you have known for years. I have watched you sit in the midst of a conversation, smiling and nodding while your soul felt 1,000,000 miles away, screaming for someone to notice the hurt behind your eyes. You have felt the sharp blade of words spoken behind your back by those you once trusted with your deepest secrets. The betrayal feels like a physical wound that refuses to heal, a constant reminder that the world can be a cold and fickle place. You wonder what is wrong with you, why you seem to attract those who take and never give, or why those you love the most are the ones who can hurt you the most deeply. But I want you to hear me clearly. The rejection you have experienced was actually my protection in disguise. I saw the hearts of those people before you did. I heard the conversations they had when you weren't in the room. I removed them from your life not to leave you empty, but to clear the space for the divine connections that are coming to you in this new season. You have been in a season of pruning, and though the cutting feels like it is meant to destroy you, it is actually meant to make you fruitful beyond measure. I am the gardener of your soul, and I know which branches are draining your energy without producing life. I have allowed the loneliness to envelop you so that you could finally hear my voice without the interference of human opinions. In the stillness of your isolation, I am building a foundation of character that cannot be shaken by the praise or the criticism of man. You are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. The people who left you were only meant to be a chapter in your book, not the whole story. If they could not handle you at your lowest, they do not deserve to be there when I crown you with my glory. I am healing the trauma of every backstab and every cold shoulder. I am stitching back together the pieces of your broken heart with threads of gold. You are not alone, for I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother, and I am filling the void they left with a peace that surpasses all human understanding. Do not look back at the bridge that burned. Look forward at the path I am lighting before you. Those who walked away were never your destiny. If they were meant to be there for the finish line, they would have had the strength to endure the race with you. I am bringing people into your life who will see your worth without you having to explain it. I am orchestrating encounters with kindred spirits who will carry your burdens instead of adding to them. This valley of betrayal is ending, and the mountain of true fellowship is appearing on the horizon. Trust me when I say that the love I have for you is unchanging, unconditional, and everlasting. You are the apple of my eye, and those who touched you to harm you will have to answer to me. Rest in the knowledge that I am your vindicator and your comforter. The loneliness you feel right now is the final shadow before the dawn of a community that will celebrate the chosen one that you truly are. Hold on, for I am about to show you how I can take the ruins of your relationships and build a palace of belonging. My child, I have watched you sit at your kitchen table late at night, surrounded by papers and digital screens, trying to make the numbers add up. I have seen the sinking feeling in your chest every time a new bill arrives or an unexpected expense threatens to undo weeks of careful planning. You have worked so hard, pouring your sweat and your time into your labors, yet it feels as though you are pouring water into a bucket full of holes. You see others prospering with seemingly little effort while you struggle just to keep your head above the rising tide of debt and lack. I have heard your whispered questions in the dark, asking me if you are cursed, or if I have somehow forgotten the promises I made about being your provider. You feel as though you are wandering through a barren wilderness where the manna is scarce and the oasis is always just out of reach. I want you to know today that I have seen every cent you have sacrificed and every moment you have chosen integrity over an easy path. Your financial struggle is not a sign of my displeasure. It is the final testing ground of the wilderness before you enter your land of abundance. I know the shame that comes with financial hardship, the way it makes you want to shrink away from the world, the way it steals your sleep and poisons your peace. You feel the weight of responsibility for your family, and the fear that you are failing them keeps you awake while the rest of the world rests. I have seen you pass by things you needed or things your children wanted with a heavy heart because the resources simply weren't there. The enemy has used this lack to whisper lies into your ear, telling you that you will always be just getting by, and that poverty is your permanent companion. But I am here to tell you that the enemy is a liar. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the gold and silver are mine. You are not a slave to the system of this world. You are a citizen of my kingdom. The financial wilderness was never meant to be your home. It was meant to be your school. In this place you have learned to trust me when there was nothing else to lean on. You have learned the value of a single seed, and now that education is coming to an end. Take a deep breath right now, right where you are. Close your eyes for a second and let the tension drain from your jaw and your shoulders. Let my light flood into those dark, cramped corners of your mind where worry about money has taken up residence. I am the great provider, and I am breathing life into your dead bank accounts and stagnant opportunities. I am the one who can make a way where there is no way, and I am already moving pieces on the chessboard of your life that you cannot see. The bills that keep you up at night are small things to me. The debt that feels like a mountain is but a grain of sand in the palm of my hand. I am not just going to give you enough to survive, I am preparing to give you enough to be a blessing to many. The desert you have been walking through is about to bloom with streams of income you haven't even imagined yet. Your days of not enough are being rewritten into a story of more than enough. As you stand in this financial wilderness, do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Do not agree with the spirit of lack. Instead, come into agreement with me. I say you are well supplied. I say you are the lender and not the borrower. I say that every seed you have sown in your season of struggle is currently growing into a harvest that will overwhelm your capacity to store it. I am the God who redeems the years the locusts have eaten, and I am preparing to restore to you the wealth that has been stolen through unfair circumstances, missed opportunities, or the schemes of the enemy. You are about to witness a supernatural shift in your economy. Doors that were locked tight will swing open of their own accord. Contracts will be signed, debts will be canceled, and resources will flow to you from the north, south, east, and west. This is not a dream. It is my decree. Keep walking with me, for we are stepping out of the wilderness and into the wealth of your destiny. My child, you have often wondered why the path has been so steep for you while others seem to glide effortlessly through life. You have questioned if you are cursed or if you have made some grave mistake that invited the shadows to your doorstep. But I am here to tell you the truth that the darkness has tried to hide from you. You have been targeted not because you are weak, but because you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are going nowhere or those who have no light within them. He targets the one who carries a spark of my glory, the one whose very presence can shift the atmosphere of a room. You were attacked because of the magnitude of the destiny I have placed inside you. Just as a thief does not break into an empty house, the enemy does not wage war against a soul that has no treasure. You are a repository of divine potential, and the opposition you have faced is actually a testament to the greatness that is currently being birthed within you. Every storm was an attempt to blow out your candle before it could become a forest fire of change. Understand this, my beloved, the enemy saw your crown before you even knew you were royalty. He saw the doors you were destined to open, the lives you were destined to touch, and the chains you were destined to break. He knew that if he could crush your spirit in the hidden season, you would never step into the fullness of your authority. This is why the attacks have felt so personal, so targeted, and so relentless. It wasn't just random bad luck. It was a strategic attempt to derail a general of my army. He targeted your heart with betrayal because he knew your love could heal nations. He targeted your mind with anxiety because he knew your peace could still the storms of others. He targeted your finances because he knew you would be a conduit of my provision to the world. But what the enemy intended for your destruction, I have used as your training ground. Every blow he landed only served to make you more resilient. Every lie he whispered only made the truth of my voice sweeter in your ears. You are not a victim of a cruel fate. You are a warrior in the making, and the very scars you carry are the evidence that you have survived what was meant to finish you. Before we go any further into this revelation, I want you to confirm your understanding of this spiritual truth. You must stop seeing yourself through the eyes of your struggle and start seeing yourself through my eyes. If you believe that your light is too bright for the darkness to extinguish, do not stay silent. Type "I am a threat to darkness" or "I am the chosen one" in the comments right now. By doing this, you are reclaiming your identity and announcing to the heavens and the earth that you will no longer be intimidated by the shadows. Also, I invite you to join this family of overcomers. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. This is more than just a click. It is an act of spiritual alignment. When you subscribe, you are telling the enemy that you have found a community of faith and that you will no longer walk this path in isolation. Your agreement with this message seals the strength I am pouring into you today. We are building a fortress of light together, and your presence is essential to the victory we are claiming. I want you to realize that the pressure you have been feeling is not the pressure of a grave, but the pressure of a womb. You are being birthed into a new dimension of my power. The enemy thought he was burying you, but he didn't realize you were a seed. The more dirt he piled on top of you, the more nourishment he provided for your growth. The very things that were meant to suffocate you are now being turned into the soil that will support your expansion. You are coming out of the hidden season, and when you emerge, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will have a weight of character and a depth of wisdom that could only be forged in the fire of intense opposition. The enemy's plan has backfired spectacularly. Instead of destroying you, he has helped me build a version of you that is fireproof, stormproof, and unshakable. You are now ready to handle the weight of the blessing I am about to pour out. The target on your back has become a badge of honor, a sign that you have been found faithful in the thick of the fight. Think of the greatest heroes of the faith. They were all targeted. Joseph was targeted by his brothers, David was targeted by Saul, and even my own son was targeted by the powers of this world. You are in good company. The level of your opposition is always directly proportional to the level of your calling. If you had no purpose, the enemy would leave you alone. But because you have a mandate to bring light to the dark places, he has tried everything to keep you in the shadows. But listen to my decree, his time is up. The weapons he formed against you are losing their power. The traps he set for you are becoming the very holes he will fall into. I am turning the tables. I am the God of the turnaround, and I am rewriting the narrative of your struggle into a testament of my triumph. You are moving from the place of being the target to the place of being the victor. Every arrow shot at you is being collected and turned into a bridge for your next level. Do not fear the darkness, for I am the light that no shadow can overcome, and I am standing right beside you. You have often felt like an outsider, a misfit in worlds where everyone else seemed to belong so easily. You have sat in rooms full of people and felt an unbridgeable distance between your soul and theirs, wondering why you couldn't just settle for the ordinary or find joy in the shallow things that satisfy others. This sense of being different was not a flaw in your design. It was the mark of my hand upon your life. I have set you apart not to isolate you, but to preserve you. I pulled you away from the crowd because I could not allow the voices of the world to drown out the frequency of my spirit within you. You are part of a mystery that is now being unveiled. You are my chosen one. Being chosen is not about being perfect or having a life free of trouble. It is about being available for a divine assignment that requires a specific kind of heart, a heart that has been tenderized by pain and strengthened by the fire of perseverance. I want you to understand that the intensity of your struggle is the greatest evidence of the magnitude of your calling. I do not give big assignments to small people. Every tear you shed in the secret places was a seed planted for a harvest of wisdom that you will soon share with the world. Many see the glory, but I saw the grind. Many see the crown, but I saw the cross you carried when no one was looking. I have been watching you, and I have seen your faithfulness in the small, agonizing moments where you chose to keep going despite having every reason to quit. This is the mystery of my selection process. I choose the ones the world overlooks to confound the wise. I choose the ones who have been broken so that when I mend them, the world can see the beauty of my craftsmanship. You are my masterpiece in progress, and the strokes that felt the most painful were the ones that added the most depth to your character. Listen closely to my heart for you. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. These plans were written before you drew your first breath, and no amount of opposition can erase what I have decreed. You have spent so much time worrying that you have missed your window, or that you have failed too many times to be useful. But I am the God of the second, third, and thousandth chance. My timing is perfect, and you are exactly where you need to be for the next phase of your destiny. The hidden season you have endured was not a prison. It was a sanctuary where I was building the foundation of your future. A tall building requires a deep foundation, and I have been digging deep into your soul to ensure that when I raise you up, you will have the character to sustain the height of your influence. A heavy crown requires strong shoulders, and I have been building those shoulders in the gym of adversity. You have been trained in the secret place so that you can rule in the public place. The mystery of why you had to suffer is found in the weight of the blessing that is coming. If I had given you the blessing before you were ready, the weight of it would have crushed you. But now you have been seasoned, you have been refined. You have learned to lean on me and not on your own understanding. You have passed the discouragement test, and you have shown me that you will trust me even when you cannot trace me. This is why you are the chosen one. You are the one I can trust with my glory, because you have learned that the glory belongs to me alone. The mystery is coming to light, and the world is about to see why I had to keep you in the fire for so long. You are moving from the back of the line to the front of the stage. The world tried to label you as forgotten or left behind, but I have labeled you as my beloved. I am calling you out of the shadows and into the marvelous light of your true identity. You will no longer walk with a spirit of heaviness or a cloak of shame. Instead, you will walk with the authority of someone who knows exactly who they are and whose they are. You are an ambassador of my kingdom, a lighthouse in a dark world, and a vessel of honor. The mystery of your life is not a puzzle to be solved, but a story to be told, a story of a God who never lets go and a chosen one who refused to stay down. Stand tall, for the dawn is breaking, and your true purpose is about to be revealed to all who doubted you. Close your eyes for a moment and let your spirit ascend to a place where time stands still. a place of blinding light and absolute truth. Imagine a vast celestial courtroom more majestic than any hall of justice on earth. In this sacred space, a trial has been ongoing. The accuser, the enemy of your soul, has been standing there for years, pointing a finger at you. He has a thick ledger filled with every mistake you've ever made, every word you've regretted, and every generational curse that was passed down through your bloodline. He has been arguing that you are unworthy of the blessings I have promised. He has been claiming a legal right to keep you in the wilderness of lack, sickness, and loneliness because of the debts of your past. You have felt the weight of this trial in your spirit. It is that nagging sense of guilt that never quite leaves you, that feeling that you are constantly being judged by an invisible force. You have felt defenseless like a lamb in a den of lions, wondering if the accusations are true. But listen to the sound of the gavel hitting the bench of eternity. The atmosphere has just shifted. I, the Ancient of Days, the Supreme Judge of all the earth, have entered the room and taken my seat on the throne of judgment. The accuser must fall silent in my presence. I have reviewed the evidence he brought against you, the record of your failures and the history of your family's struggles. And today I am doing something that will leave the kingdom of darkness in shock. I am not just pardoning you, I am expunging your record entirely. I am taking that ledger of debt and washing it white as snow. I am looking at the accuser and declaring that his evidence is inadmissible because the price for your freedom has already been paid in full. There is no more basis for his claims. Every spiritual contract you unknowingly signed with darkness is being shredded right now. Every legal ground the enemy had to touch your health, your peace, or your finances is being revoked. This is a profound spiritual transaction, a shift in the legal standing of your soul. If you believe that my divine justice is being executed on your behalf right now, do not remain a silent observer in this heavenly court. You must speak into the atmosphere to confirm your release. Type "the verdict has changed" or 1111 in the comments right now to signify that you accept my ruling. And because this is a moment of total restoration, I invite you to seal this divine agreement by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel. By joining this family of believers, you are recording your consent in the heavenly archives. You are saying, "Yes, Lord, I believe in your justice. I believe that the case against me is closed." This act of faith signals to the spiritual realm that you are no longer under the jurisdiction of the enemy, but under the protection of the Most High. You are moving from the place of the accused to the place of the redeemed. I am now issuing a divine decree over your life. I have signed your release papers with my own hand, and the ink is the blood of the covenant. The verdict is in: you are not guilty, you are vindicated, you are authorized to prosper. I have issued a heavenly restraining order against every spirit of lack, every spirit of infirmity, and every spirit of confusion that has been stalking your house. They can no longer come within your gates. Furthermore, I am ordering the enemy to make full restitution. According to my law, when the thief is caught, he must pay back sevenfold. Everything the enemy stole from you, the years of joy, the missed opportunities, the financial resources, and the health of your body, he is now legally obligated to return to you with interest. I am the God of justice, and I will not allow the enemy to profit from the pain he caused you. The scales are being balanced today. The case is officially closed. There is no appeal. The High Court of Heaven has ruled, and its decision is final. You can walk out of this courtroom today with your head held high and your heart light. The chains of shame that have kept you bowed down are falling off because there is no longer a legal weight to hold them. You are stepping into a season of divine immunity. From this moment forward, when the enemy tries to bring up your past, remind him of the verdict. When he tries to tell you that you are a failure, point him to the judge's signature on your life. You are no longer a defendant. You are an heir. You are no longer an outcast. You are a citizen of my kingdom with full rights and privileges. The verdict has shifted from condemned to chosen. Take a deep breath of the freedom that is now yours. The courtroom is empty, the accuser has fled, and you are standing alone with me, your father, your judge, and your defender. Your new story begins with this single word, innocent. Can you feel the lightness in your spirit that is the weight of the trial being lifted? For years you carried a burden that wasn't yours to bear, a burden of spiritual litigation that drained your energy and dimmed your hope. But now the courtroom has been cleared of every shadow. I have vacated every judgment that was held against you by people, by the enemy, and even by yourself. I am rewriting the laws of your life. Where there was a law of struggle, I am writing a law of ease. Where there was a law of rejection, I am writing a law of favor. This is the power of the divine courtroom. I don't just forgive, I justify. I make it as though the pain never existed. You are entering a state of spiritual cleanliness that will attract blessings you never thought were possible. The air you breathe from this moment on is the air of a free soul. Walk forward into your destiny, for the gates are open and the path is clear. My beloved, you have been in the waiting room for so long that you have grown accustomed to the silence. You have looked at the clock and felt that time was your enemy, watching years slip through your fingers like sand. But I am the Lord of time, the Alpha and the Omega, and I am telling you that a spiritual acceleration has begun. In my kingdom, 1,000 years can be like a day, but a day can also hold the power of 1,000 years. We are entering a window of divine sudden lies. There is a specific alignment happening in the heavens right now that is designed to compress time on your behalf. What took others a decade to achieve, I am preparing to do for you in a fraction of the time. The shift I am describing is not a distant hope, it is an immediate movement. In the next 24 hours, the atmosphere around your life is going to vibrate with the frequency of change. You are moving from the season of not yet into the season of now. Listen closely to the rhythm of my heart. I am orchestrating a series of events that will appear as coincidences to the world, but will be recognized as miracles by your soul. Within the next 24 hours, I am releasing a wave of divine appointments. I am moving people you have never met to think of you. I am placing your name in the minds of decision makers. You may receive a phone call that seems out of the blue, or an email that addresses a problem you thought was unsolvable. Do not dismiss these as luck. This is the 24-hour shift I have decreed from my throne. I am breaking the stagnation that has held your life in a frozen state. The ice is cracking, the river is starting to flow, and the momentum is building. You must remain alert, for the breakthrough will often arrive in a humble disguise before it reveals its full glory. If you can feel this acceleration in your spirit, if you can sense that the very air around you is charged with a new possibility, do not let this moment pass without your seal of faith. Type, "I receive my suddenly," or 8888 in the comments right now to activate this 24-hour window of change. By speaking this into the world, you are stepping out of the shadows of doubt and into the light of expectation. And as you prepare for this shift, join this family of the chosen ones by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel. This is your first act of alignment in this new season. By subscribing, you are planting a flag in the ground and declaring that you are ready for the continuous flow of my revelation. Your agreement today is the key that unlocks the door to the immediate change I am performing. I am the God who can turn a prison into a palace overnight. I did it for Joseph, and I am doing it for you. You have been faithful in the small things, and now I am making you ruler over much. This 24-hour shift is not about your effort or your striving. It is about my grace and my sovereignty. I am removing the obstacles that you couldn't move yourself. I am silencing the critics who said you would never make it. Within this coming day, you will feel a lightness in your chest and a clarity in your mind that you haven't felt in years. The fog of confusion is lifting. I am giving you a divine download, a strategy, an idea, or a connection that will change the trajectory of your entire year. This is the moment where the preparation meets the opportunity. You have been built for this wait, and now I am releasing the blessing. As the sun sets and rises within this 24-hour window, keep your eyes open. I am working behind the scenes to settle accounts that have been open for far too long. I am bringing closure to old wounds and opening doors to new adventures. The shift is so sudden that it will leave those who doubted you in a state of awe. They will ask, "How did this happen so fast?" And you will answer, "It was the hand of the Lord." Do not be afraid of the speed of the change. I have strengthened your inner man to handle the acceleration. You will not stumble and you will not fall. I am your foundation and I am the one driving this transformation. Prepare your heart, for the 24-hour shift has already begun, and by this time tomorrow you will be standing on a different ground than the one you stand on now. I am rearranging the furniture of your life to make room for the new things I am bringing in. Some things are being removed quickly to make space for better things that are arriving even faster. Trust the process of the sudden shift. When you see something leave, do not mourn it, for it was only a placeholder for the miracle that is about to occupy that space. Your life is being optimized for my glory. The delays are officially over. The waiting room is being converted into a launch pad. Within the next 24 hours, you will see the first signs that the narrative has been rewritten. Watch for the signs, listen for the whispers, and stay in a posture of radical gratitude. The shift is not coming. The shift is here. My child, I have seen the way you have looked at your finances with a sense of dread, feeling like a traveler in a parched land where every well has run dry. You have lived in a state of just enough for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to have more than enough. But I am the God of the overflow, the one who turned water into the finest wine and fed thousands with just a few loaves and fish. I am stepping into your bank accounts, your investments, and your career to rewrite the narrative of lack that has haunted your family for generations. The season of the leaky bucket, where money seemed to disappear as soon as it arrived, is officially over. I am plugging the holes of waste and unexpected expenses that have drained your resources. I am shifting you from a position of survival to a position of dominion. You were not created to be a slave to interest rates or a prisoner of debt. You were created to be a steward of my abundance, a conduit through which my provision flows to a world in need. I am the God who restores the years that the locusts have eaten, the years where your hard work produced no harvest. The years where inflation and economic storms swallowed your savings, and the years where you felt you were running in place while the rest of the world moved forward. I am making up for lost time. I am releasing a divine compensation into your life that will outweigh the losses you have endured. I am opening windows in heaven that the enemy cannot shut, and I am pouring out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. This restoration is not just about bringing you back to where you were. It is about taking you to where you were always meant to be. I am bringing back the opportunities you missed, the promotions you were overlooked for, and the ideas that you were too afraid to act upon. Your financial destiny is no longer tied to the economy of this world, which shakes and crumbles. It is now tied to the economy of my kingdom, which is unshakable and ever expanding. I am bringing a supernatural cancellation to the debts that have been a heavy yoke around your neck. Just as I released the captives in the year of Jubilee, I am releasing you from the burden of owing. I am moving the hearts of those in authority to show you favor where you expected judgment. You will see balances drop to zero in ways that defy logical explanation. I am also activating new streams of income rivers in the desert that will flow from places you never thought to look. I am giving you the power to get wealth not through more hours of exhausting labor, but through divine wisdom and strategic connections. I am dropping million-dollar ideas into your spirit and giving you the courage to build what I have shown you. The financial wilderness is behind you, and the land of milk and honey is right before your eyes. You will no longer look at a price tag with fear. You will look at it with the confidence of an heir who knows their father owns it all. If you believe that I am breaking the spirit of lack over your life right now, you must seal this truth with an act of faith. Do not let this moment of revelation pass without a declaration. Type, "I am debt-free" or 777 in the comments right now to claim your financial liberation. By doing this, you are coming into agreement with the wealth of heaven and rejecting the poverty of the world. And as you prepare to receive this overflow, I invite you to join this family of the chosen ones. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to stay connected to this frequency of abundance. When you subscribe, you are telling the universe that you are ready to be a vessel of my provision. Your agreement today is the seed that will produce a harvest of prosperity in your life. You are not just watching a video. You are participating in a divine transfer of wealth that starts with your belief. My beloved, I am not just giving you money. I am giving you a new identity. You are moving from being the borrower to being the lender. You are moving from the one who is always asking for help to the one who is always able to give it. I am raising you up to be a pillar of support in your community and a benefactor to my kingdom. The wealth I am bringing to you is heavy wealth. It is built on a foundation of character and integrity that you have developed during your years in the wilderness. You have shown me that you can be trusted with the little, and now I am entrusting you with much. The cycle of poverty is broken. The curse of not enough is shattered. You are walking into a season of financial freedom where your only debt will be the debt of love you owe to others. Rest in my provision, for I am the great provider, and I have already seen to it that your every need is met with glorious surplus. I am rearranging your financial landscape even as you hear these words. I am settling the legal disputes that have tied up your assets. I am bringing back the money that was stolen from you by dishonest people or unfair systems. I am the God of vindication, and I am making sure that every penny that belongs to you finds its way home. You will wake up and find that the locusts are gone and the harvest is standing tall in your fields. This is my promise to you, the chosen one. Your story of struggle is being rewritten into a story of success that will baffle those who knew you in your season of lack. They will see the change and know that only I could have done this. Your life will be a living testimony to my goodness and my power to provide. Step forward into your new destiny, for the treasury of heaven is open and your name is written on the bounty. My precious child, I have felt every sting of rejection that has ever pierced your soul. I have seen you sitting in the silence of your room, replaying conversations in your head, wondering where it all went wrong and why you weren't enough to make them stay. You have carried the heavy burden of unrequited effort, giving your whole heart to people who only gave you their crumbs. I have watched you mourn the loss of friendships that felt like family, and the death of romantic dreams that you thought were written in the stars. But I want you to hear me today. I am the great physician, and I am stepping into the ruins of your heart to perform a divine surgery. I am removing the shrapnel of past betrayals and the poison of old words that told you that you were unlovable. I am healing the trauma that made you build walls instead of bridges. Those who walked away from you did not leave a hole. They left a space that I am now filling with my unconditional love so that when the right people arrive, they will find a heart that is whole, not a heart that is hunting for a savior. I am stirring the hearts of those who have wronged you even as I speak these words. There are people from your past, some who haven't spoken to you in years, who are suddenly feeling a weight of conviction that they cannot explain. I am bringing your face to their minds in the quiet hours of the night. I am making them remember the kindness you showed them and the way they discarded your value. You are about to witness the miracle of reconciliation. Within a short time, you will receive messages, calls, or face-to-face encounters where people will offer the apologies you stopped waiting for. They will admit their mistakes, they will acknowledge your worth, and they will seek your forgiveness. This is my gift to you, not so that you can go back to the way things were, but so that you can finally have the closure you need to walk into your future without the ghosts of the past pulling at your cloak. I am your vindicator, and I am ensuring that your reputation is restored in the eyes of those who tried to tarnish it. But my plan for your heart goes far beyond fixing the old. I am creating something entirely new. I have heard your prayers for a partner, a companion, a soulmate who truly sees the chosen one within you. You have been tired of the games, the shallow connections, and the endless cycle of hope and disappointment. Listen to my decree. I am orchestrating a divine intersection. I am bringing a person into your life who is not just a partner, but a spiritual assignment. A soul whose frequency matches the light I have placed in you. This is not someone who will complete you, for I have already made you complete, but someone who will celebrate you. They are being prepared in their own wilderness right now, learning the same lessons of character and faith that you have mastered. I am aligning your paths so that you will meet at the perfect moment of readiness. This relationship will not be a source of anxiety or a battleground of egos. It will be a sanctuary of peace and a launch pad for your shared purpose. If you believe that I am healing your heart and preparing your divine connection right now, do not let this moment pass in silence. You must activate this promise with your voice of faith. Type, "I am ready for true love," or 222 in the comments right now to signal to the heavens that you are opening the doors of your heart. By doing this, you are letting go of the bitterness of the past and making room for the beauty of the future. And as you step into this season of emotional restoration, I invite you to join this family of the chosen ones. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By subscribing, you are surrounding yourself with the frequency of my word and ensuring that you are ready when the divine appointment arrives. Your agreement today is the bridge that connects your season of loneliness to your era of belonging. You are no longer an island. You are part of a kingdom of love. I am also healing the relationships within your family, the ones that have been fractured by years of misunderstanding, pride, or silence. I am breaking the generational curses of division and coldness that have plagued your bloodline. I am turning the hearts of the fathers to the children and the children to the fathers. I am breathing life into marriages that have grown cold and restoring the bond between siblings who have become strangers. You will see a softening in your home. Words of anger will be replaced by words of affirmation. The tension that has made your house feel like a battlefield will evaporate, leaving behind an atmosphere of safety and warmth. I am rewriting your family story from one of dysfunction to one of legacy. You are the cycle breaker, and through your faith, the entire landscape of your family's emotional health is being transformed. My beloved, you are entering a season where you will be surrounded by people who get you. I am removing the critics and replacing them with cheerleaders. I am removing the takers and replacing them with givers. You will find yourself in a community of kindred spirits who will hold up your arms when you are tired and celebrate your victories as if they were their own. The loneliness that has been your constant companion is being escorted out of your life to make room for a profound sense of belonging. You are loved not for what you do, but for who you are. I loved you before the world began, and I have chosen the perfect people to reflect that love back to you in this physical realm. Your heart is no longer under construction. It is open for business, and the business of this new season is joy, connection, and deep, lasting peace. Walk forward with confidence, for the God of love is leading you by the hand. My precious one, I want you to look into the mirror of your soul right now. For years, you have identified with your scars, your failures, and your fatigue. You have worn the title of victim like a heavy, tattered cloak draped over your shoulders by the hands of those who tried to break you. You have walked with a slight slouch, as if the weight of your past was a physical burden you could never set down. But I am reaching out my hand today to strip that garment away from you forever. You are not the person you were in the season of struggle. That version of you has served its purpose. It endured the fire, it survived the flood, and now it is being laid to rest. I am birthing a new identity within you, one that is not defined by what has been done to you, but by what I have done for you. The victim mindset is a prison of the past, but the victor's heart is the palace of your future. I am taking the broken pieces of your history and fusing them with my glory, creating a masterpiece that is more resilient and more beautiful than the original could ever have been. I am rewriting your spiritual DNA. The trauma that has lived in your cells, the anxiety that has hummed in your blood, and the fear that has lived in your bones are being replaced by my peace, my power, and my purpose. You will feel a surge of vitality that you cannot explain, a sudden lightness in your step and a clarity in your gaze. It is the life force of the Creator flowing through your veins, rejuvenating your mind and spirit. You will find yourself standing taller, speaking with a new authority, and looking at the world with eyes of hope instead of eyes of suspicion. The enemy tried to program you for defeat, whispering that your destiny ended at your lowest point. But I have overwritten his code with the language of triumph. You are no longer the one who was hurt. You are the one who overcame. This change is happening deep within the secret places of your heart, and soon it will manifest so clearly that even your enemies will be forced to acknowledge that you are a completely different person. This is the moment of your total transformation. If you are ready to bury the victim and emerge as the victor I created you to be, do not stay silent. Confirm your new identity before the heavens and the earth right now. Type "I am a victor" or 444 in the comments to signify that you are stepping out of the tomb of your old life and into the light of your new beginning. And to stay anchored in this new identity, I invite you to join this family of warriors and overcomers. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. This is your act of alignment in this pivotal chapter of your life. When you subscribe, you are joining a collective of chosen ones who have also transitioned from darkness to light. Your agreement today seals the work I am doing in your character. You are no longer wandering in the wilderness of self-doubt. You are marching toward the throne of your destiny with the confidence of a king or queen. From this day forward, you will walk with the stride of a conqueror. When you enter a room, the atmosphere will shift because you carry the presence of the Most High. You will no longer beg for scraps of validation or plead for a seat at tables where you are not valued. I am building a table for you in the presence of your enemies, and I am crowning you with favor as with a shield. The victim was quiet, afraid to take up space, and terrified of making a mistake. The victor is bold, creative, and filled with a divine confidence that no person can shake. Your scars are no longer marks of shame. They are your credentials of courage. They tell the story of a God who redeems and a warrior who refused to die. You have been trained in the dark, and now you are ready to shine in the light. Your new identity is permanent, powerful, and protected by my own hand. No weapon formed against this new version of you shall prosper, for you are hidden in me. The world will try to call you by your old name, reminding you of your past mistakes and the times you were brought low. But I have given you a new name that only you and I know, a name of strength, a name of honor, and a name of victory. When the enemy tries to remind you of who you were, remind him of who I say you are. You are my masterpiece. You are my champion. You are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. The transformation is complete in the spiritual realm, and now it is manifesting in your physical reality. Every step you take from this moment on is a step of authority. Every word you speak is a seed of power. You have successfully moved from the valley of despair to the mountain of triumph. You are not being punished. You are being promoted. Your identity as a victor is now sealed in the heavens. Welcome to your new life, for the old has passed away, and behold, all things have become new. My beloved, my precious chosen one, we have walked through the fire and the flood together in these moments, and now we stand at the threshold of a new dawn. I want you to visualize me sitting beside you, holding a golden pen over a vast white book that bears your name. The old book, the one filled with the ink of your tears, the chapters of your betrayal, and the footnotes of your financial lack, has been closed and sealed forever. It is being placed in the archives of my mercy, never to be opened against you again. Right now, at this very second, I am touching the tip of my pen to the first blank page of your new volume. I am writing the first line of your new story, and it begins with these words. And then the light broke through and the sorrow was no more. This is not a temporary fix or a fleeting moment of relief. This is a divine covenant I am making with you today. I am pledging my entire kingdom to your restoration. I am promising that from this breath forward, you will never have to wonder if you are alone, for my presence will be the very air you breathe and the ground beneath your feet. This covenant is my oath to be your shield, your provider, and your vindicator until the end of time. I am establishing a boundary of fire around you that no enemy can cross. I am declaring that the hidden season is officially over and the harvest season has begun. You have passed every test with a heart that remained soft even when the world tried to harden it, and for that I am honoring you before the heavenly host. Every promise I have whispered to you in the dark is now coming into the light of your reality. I am writing chapters of health into your body, chapters of abundance into your storehouse, and chapters of deep soul-satisfying love into your heart. You will look back on this day and realize it was the precise moment the trajectory of your life changed forever. The pen is moving, the ink is my grace, and the story is more beautiful than anything you could have ever imagined. I am not just giving you a better life. I am giving you a life that reflects my glory in every single detail. Before I let you go into this new reality, you must perform the final act of faith to lock this prophecy into your existence. You must claim this new narrative with the authority I have given you. Do not let the enemy steal this seed. Instead, bury it deep in the soil of your declaration. Type, "I accept my new story," or "Amen" in the comments right now to seal this divine covenant. By doing this, you are telling the universe that the old you is gone and the new you is here to stay. This is your amen to my yes. It is the final stamp on your spiritual passport as you cross the border into your promised land. Let your words be the anchor that holds this blessing in place, ensuring that it manifests in your physical world without delay. You are in agreement with the King of Kings, and what we have joined together today, no power in heaven or on earth can put asunder. But hear me, my child, for there is a mystery yet to be fully revealed. This restoration is only the foundation for something even greater. I have a mission for you that goes beyond your own happiness. There is a secret purpose for your life, a specific door that only you can unlock, and a treasure that has been hidden for centuries waiting for the chosen one to claim it. I cannot tell you everything in this single moment, for your heart needs time to expand to hold the weight of this upcoming revelation. There is a secret mission involving the souls I will put in your path, and a spiritual inheritance that will change your family line for 1,000 generations. This is just the beginning of our deeper conversation. Stay in a posture of readiness, for in the next message I bring to you, I will show you the hidden key to the final storehouse. The journey has just started, and the best is truly yet to come. As we conclude this sacred appointment, I invite you to join this global family of light. Do not walk this new path alone. Press the like button one last time to signal your final agreement, and subscribe to this channel so that my voice can continue to guide you through the chapters ahead. When you subscribe, you are joining a covenant community that stands together in the face of darkness. And because you are now a vessel of my light, do not keep this miracle to yourself. Be a conduit, not a reservoir. Share this message with 3 people who are currently in their own wilderness. By sharing this, you are planting seeds of hope in their lives, and as you water their dreams, I will surely water yours. You are now an ambassador of the new story. Go forth in my peace, walk in my power, and live in the certainty that I am already writing your next victory. It is done. It is settled. It is yours.